Hi, I'm Amber, also known as Sunblade Cosplay, and I came across a conundrum today. As I was making my tea got so cold so fast and it really annoyed me, and I realized that I didn't have a tea cozy. So, what does any sane girl with an addiction to tea do? She makes her own, and because I love beholders so much, I'm going to make a beholder tea cozy, and you are going to join me. So if you are following along at home to try and make it yourself, feel free to pause anytime. Otherwise, just watch it all the way through and I will show you what I do. In the meantime, brew a pot of tea and get ready to be started on your stuff. It's my first YouTube video. Please be kind. Alright, so since I have my teapot, even though it's full of tea, you probably shouldn't do it with its being full of tea, but who cares? I have some leftover parchment paper that I was using for ironing purposes, but really what I'm trying to do is figure out how big I need to make this. So I folded it in half and I am holding it upright. And because I've only got my green pencil, I'm going to use my green pencil. So what I want to do, I'm going to put this in the middle on the fold. And I'm just going to circle around where the base is, generally. And then I'm going to go around the whole teapot right here as much as I can. So from there, all I'm doing, which I'll show you in a second, is I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it up high, but I want it higher than this. So we're going to bring it all the way out. And we're going to bring it all the way out. And because I did not think this through as I make stuff up, and you can't see it at all, I need a proper pen. Pens. I have pens somewhere. Right here. Calligraphy pens, mind, but whatever. It's a pen. That's all that matters. I'm also gonna move it back a little bit so that I can make this bigger. And kind of start over. So we're going back here because I want this like up here. I've never made a tea cozy before. I'm really excited, but I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm gonna figure it out. I have a general idea of what goes into it, and I feel like that's pretty much all you need, and this feels like a pretty basic project. I could probably knock this out pretty fast. We'll see. Okay. Sharpie. I guess if I mess this one up, then there's no coming back from that. So I'm going to get it generally to where bottom is, and I want to see the middle. That's the middle.
Future Amber here. I clearly did not think this through, but I'm getting a ruler, because those are helpful.
So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to draw a general line. And I'll bring it up top. Okay. Are we actually going to measure? Or are we just going to eyeball it?
See, I have no
Let's say it's 6 inches.
idea what I'm
Here's
doing.
The middle.
Absolutely none. Don't trust me with your projects. I mean, I'm good at other stuff, but obviously I've never made a tea cozy before, so I am winging it, and winging it hard.
It's the end. There it is. So I'm gonna make it 6 inches, and I want it to go all the way up to here. So line that up. And line that up. That's where the 6-inch mark is. And that's where the 6-inch mark is. But I want it bigger than that by maybe like, can I get 2 inches out of this? I can. 2 inches. And 2 inches. There probably is a much better way to do this. I mean, somebody out there probably already has a pattern that you can use, and it's going to be really helpful, and you don't have to do any of this. But what if you have a weird size teapot? Like, ever think about that? Okay, so just so you can see what I am doing, all I did was draw this shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round these edges out and keep these guys pointy. Wow, I'm such a spaz. So it's gonna be nice. A red beholder. I love that our famous beholder has a goldfish. And I don't care about that anymore. Okay. Teapot, generally in the center, covers it up. I'm going to make this a little taller. In fact, I'm going to make a note to myself that says, make taller, because I think it'll be cuter that way, because then I can have like the eyeballs, which on that note, the only easy wire I have right now is this floral wire. I mean, I have some other wire, but it's not like, it's a real pain. It's really thick. So I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do with it or where I got it from. Okay, who cares? But I'm going to use this for the eyeballs because it's pretty pliable and it's still wire and it'll be fine. I'm excited. Now that I have my pattern, you know, fairly easy, and I've got my note, make taller. Make bigger, make taller. I am going to accidentally stab myself with a pin, and I'm not bleeding. Good. Take said pin out. I need a better system. There has to be a better way to do this so I don't stab myself. Ooh, nope, I am bleeding. It's fine. And the flowers just fell off of my, the flower petals just fell off of the rose from my garden. That's okay. It's still okay. See? Flowers from my garden. Some pink roses, some light pink roses, and I've got some red roses. But the, what's it called? It's some kind of wart something. It's purple, it's pretty. It opens in the daylight and closes at night. Spider wart. That one's doing just fine. No wonder that hurt. Okay. So I'm gonna cut 2 of these. Yeesh. Ta-da! Okay. So now that that's cut, I know I'm gonna have to make some, I don't know, like eyeball what's-its? Eyeballs? But first I'm going to cut myself a lining, if I have enough. So I've got this like leftover fabric that I've had forever, and I'm gonna use it because it's super cute. For one, it's got like little hearts on it, and it looks like a little quilt. And it's like, even though the beholder's a big scary monster, it's got a heart, maybe, as it tortures people and zaps them with their many eyeballs. Oof. So I am fairly caffeinated right now. I don't drink coffee, but I really like tea, like a lot. So I don't know why I haven't made a tea cozy before. Right now I'm drinking the Harney and Sons Scottish Morn, and oh, that is a beautiful tea. Not sponsored or anything, but if Harney and Sons, if you're out there and you want to send me tea, I will talk about how great your tea is as much as you like, because it's so good. But this Scottish Morn one is delicious. I usually do like 1 sugar cube for the whole pot because I don't like it too sweet, and I'll do some oat milk in it because I am dairy free. Next time I'll make a different kind of tea, but this time I feel very caffeinated. It's definitely the kind of tea that will wake you up if, you know, you don't drink coffee, which I don't. So my caffeine intake is very limited. So when I drink this one, I'm like, I can do anything! And then I crash really hard later. Or I can't sleep, which is fine because I'm suffering from insomnia, and who needs sleep? Right? Yeah, sleep is for suckers. Okay, so I used this cotton batting for something. I don't remember what I used it for, but I have leftover, so we're going to use this to make it puffy and warm and stuff. And I'm only going to put, okay, I need 2. 1 for each side. There we go. So we've got our pieces, and because I'm lazy, I'm probably just going to use my Cricut and some vinyl to do this, but you could just cut them out like eyeballs and such and a big mouth, but I don't feel like doing that, so I'm not going to. I'll also probably use this, my parchment paper, as I iron, just, you know, because that's what I was using it for before. But what I am going to do, I'm going to put my right sides together. I'm not going to put my right sides together just yet. I'm going to do the Cricut part because I can... No, I guess the Cricut part doesn't really matter until the end because that way I can place it properly. It'll be fine. Okay, so I will put my right sides together and I'm going to pin them. Okay, so now that we have everything pinned together, and hopefully you haven't accidentally stabbed yourself because you're rushing, we're just gonna sew it together. It's gonna be great. In fact, let's like zoom in on my sewing. Ooh. Okay. So I'm gonna do a 5/8 inch because I think it's my preferred. Yeah. Go backwards. Yeah, my preferred hem, and then I can, or not hem, my preferred seam allowance. Oh boy, that's gonna be a problem. I'm getting fuzzies everywhere. Pull the pin out without pulling a fuzzy. So what I'm gonna do as well to make it kind of less fluffy and hold its form is I'm just gonna stitch all the way around, just to make it a little bit flatter. And I'm still gonna make it that like needle almost like right on the end, threads at the beginning, so that it's not as much of a pain, but now it's like nice like a pillow. But it's gonna be really pretty, and just imagine it's gonna be eyeballs. Okay, but before we sew the other one, because I made this mistake on the first one, we're gonna make some eyeball tentacles from perfectly good red fabric. They don't have to be long. They just have to be tentacly. So I'm actually just going to use my ruler. I'm going to use my cutting board and my ruler. Cutting implement. I need a bigger table. Okay. This is gonna work. And I'm just gonna okay, new plan. I have leftover bias tape from some project. I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna line all the edges so it matches and it won't look silly. Yeah. Because I'm lazy, and that's okay. I'm gonna make them all about 6 inches. So my plan right now is to stitch them a little bit, and then at the end they're gonna open and be kind of like wider. So that way I can put an eyeball on there with vinyl. Okay, so I decided to make 5 of them. So what I'm gonna need to do is sew them now. So it's literally just bias tape, and I'm gonna sew them and put some wire on. All right, so I've got all of my eyeball pieces, and I'm gonna find out which ones look the best, but first, and whichever side looks the best is gonna be the side that has the eyeball on it. But first, or maybe I should do it the other way around. The side that looks the worst is gonna have the eyeball on it because I'm gonna cover it up. But first I'm gonna go to my Mary Poppins closet and get these doohickeys so that I can curl my wire. Mary Poppins closet. It works. I actually went to the Container Store and had an amazing person working with me who made me a custom crepe closet, which, oh my god, it's been the most helpful thing. So all I'm doing is making like a little curl right there, and I'm gonna stick it in here and then trim and curl however I need. But I want to make sure to leave some room at the end because I'm gonna sew this to the other side. So hopefully this will work and it will be nice and bendy. Is that as far as I can go? Yeah, as far as I can go. Ta-da! Bendy eyeballs. So I'm gonna take a little bit out, find my bad scissors. And the piece is gone. It's okay. And I'm gonna curl the other side. And then just stick it in there. That's what she said. Ooh. So I want to have about yay much left. So that's what I'm gonna try for. Everything is wired, and I'm gonna move that out of the way, and now I'm going to pin them into place. So if I want them to be on the outside, I need to pin them inside. So I'm actually going to take some of these pins out. Well, actually I don't need to take the pins out. I just need them to be, no, I do need to. So I'm gonna take some and I'll pin them in, but they're gonna go inside like this. And then I'm gonna pin it to the edge. Because when I flip it inside out, I don't want them to be on the inside of the project. I want them to, you know, be where you can see them because I spent so much work on them. I swear the sewing machine gets heavier and heavier the more I pick it up and put it down. What I'm gonna do, which is not what you should do, you should probably pin it into place or use wonder clips, but I don't have wonder clips, but I wish that I did. I'm gonna put bias tape all around this so that it looks, you know, pretty. And I'm actually just going to hand stitch this on the inside. And I think it'll look really nice. But I'm also going to pin it if I'm hand stitching it. So I tend to like doing a hand stitch on the bias because it's not going to show on either side. So I'll do a pretty little stitch all the way around. It's a stitch to make things invisible. So the idea, which I will draw, is for, turn that off for now. So here's your fabric, your top fabric and your bottom fabric, right? What you want to do, you want to go up, then straight down, then up at a diagonal. And that is going to give you that sneaky little stitch. I will show it again and just don't look at the mark where I marked it off. Up, down, over. All right, so I stitched it all on and I'm just going to reinforce the areas that I cut. And that is going to be super quick. Then we get to make some stuff with the Cricut. I think that if I just sew it together on the bottom, I can take it to the top. And then this can wrap, and that can wrap, and it can tie. Or I could put snaps here. Snap there, snap here, and a snap here. Snaps might be a good idea. Either way, you can kind of see where this is going. Except I would probably do this one on the inside and then this one on the outside. Oh my god, what if I just do snaps for the whole thing? It could snap at the bottom, snap at the top. Ah, you're a jerk. My husband, the jerk. Okay, I'm gonna zigzag these together with my sewing machine. I know I said my sewing machine was done, but we're going off book. I don't even think we had a book in the first place. Yeah, we definitely didn't have a book in the first place. We're going off book, the off book. Sewing machine, come back. Our work is not yet done. We're gonna do some more stuff. So this is going to snap here. Now that everything is assembled, I've got snaps in all the places where I want them. So just to show you, I've got a snap on the side, a snap over here, and a snap in the middle. So the teapot will fit nice and snug with just the right size holes on either side. It was fit specifically for this teapot, so I guess if you want to do something more general, then kind of work the snaps a little bit more generally, but this one has a hole specifically designed for the handle side and the spout side. But you can kind of see where the teapot's going to be, so now it's time to put the face on. So I found my face pattern, and now I am working with my Cricut to make my eyes and face. And the reason I don't have like lots of sheets is because I try and not waste as much. So if I only need this much, I only need this much. But to be honest, I only had this much black iron-on left. So I'm gonna do black for some outlines, and then I'll have red eyes and white teeth and a pink tongue that's gonna stick out. I'm gonna do this for all 3 different colors or 4 different colors, continuing onwards. I'm so excited. Okay. Up we go. It's coming together. Seriously, I love beholders. They're awesome. What's your favorite monster? Tell me in the comments. Come on, D&D monsters. I think one of my new favorites is the Carionette. They're so evil. Like, truly evil. Like, okay, in my family campaign, we were attacked by Carionettes, and we'd never come across them before, and my brother's character had his body switched to the Carionette, and we were like looking for his body, and by the time we caught up with his body, my younger brother was like, you know, this is pretty convenient. I'm just gonna stay in this like little doll body with my giant needle, and it's gonna be great. So we actually killed the original goblin he was playing, and he's now running around as like an ornate little doll. The Carionette body. Which I think is hilarious. And the reason he gave was because it's convenient. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I just needed to cool a little bit more. But the white is still not looking that good, which makes me unhappy. I guess I'm gonna iron over it a couple more times, so hopefully it'll be better. This batch wasn't official Cricut. It was like a batch I found on the internet for really inexpensive. And, you know, honestly, like, I think the bigger pieces are not having a problem with the internet one, but for sure the Cricut probably, the Cricut brand, I've never had an issue with them before, so it's just this internet brand. Look at these eyeballs! Oh my god, they're great! Okay, moment of truth, moment of truth. Unplug, because safety matters. And now it's done! Alright, moment of truth, moment of truth. Which side? I think it was this way, because I made them specific. I guess we'll find out momentarily. Okay. And over we go. Yeah, this feels right. Snap, snap, snap. Okay, let's bend these guys into the perfect little shape. This is beautiful. For something I made at the last second. Okay. Let's just pour a little bit more in. I'm holding the top a little bit. I call this a success. This is beautiful. Oh my god, I love it. It's gonna keep my tea warm and it looks really goofy. This guy's just having a good time. Oh my god. Alright. Until next time, put it in the comments if you have any ideas about random crap I can try and make. Maybe something around the house, maybe a funny hat. Who knows? I'll throw myself into it with gusto and passion, and we'll see what happens. It might come out looking like my really dorky looking beholder. But I'm very pleased. I'm definitely gonna bring this to D&D next time we play. Alright, bye.